Hey there, hi there. It's me, Priscilla B. Welcome to your relationship video, Taurus. So I'm going to be diving in deep to your relationships. Okay, so let's see what's going on with that. So consciously, we have this Six of Swords. So you have a woman on shore, like begging for her baby back, and then you have another woman in a red dress in a boat with the baby. Six of Swords, and the one woman is wearing white, the other is wearing red. So these are symbols of like purity versus like, more passion, like forward thinking, conscious. Like I feel like it's okay. It's okay, sweetie. Yeah. So I feel it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. So, um, so I feel like Taurus, you have a lot. Yeah. I feel like you have a lot going on. Yeah, Luna. That's right. So I feel like you have a lot going on in your conscious. Yeah, you're telling me? You're telling me what to read? Okay. Because you're dealing with the letting go of, negative toxic relationships, or letting go of like the past, things that were holding you back before and prohibiting you from seeing like better, healthier forming relationships, like setting boundaries with people, places, things, so, the baby for me, to me, is just very, it's okay, sweetie. It's just very symbolic of like, that innocent child, the innocent baby that's like, doing the inner work on your inner child, nurturing yourself. But you're struggling with like, um, letting go of that part of you that was like, so innocent and so pure and so like naive, because that's like an old version, like an old person that like people know and recognize, sort of like it's like okay. So that being said, consciously, you're letting go of that part of yourself that's like, have to be so pure and perfect all the time and like abide by all these rules and guidelines. You're kind of like scrapping that old like rule book and charting a new course, okay? But it's hard for you to let go because like the maiden, the mother, the crone, it's like the maiden part of you, there's even like layers to that, right? Where there's like the before the maiden, right? Where there's like the child or the baby, So there's even like 3 stages before those 3 stages. So you're kind of like processing the stages as they develop, right? As they form. And the woman in red, I feel like, is the mother. She is the one who is trying to guide you and steer you in the right direction toward like a leadership role in your relationship, someone who's willing to take charge and face obstacles and not stay so behind the scenes and so hidden from what's really going on. So you also have, I also pull some cards in the Witch's Tarot to kind of correlate between the Darkwood Tarot and the homemade, because the Witch's Tarot is all about the maiden, the mother, the crow, the triple moon goddess. Okay, definitely recommend getting this one. And then you have the Darkwood Tarot, and that's by Sasha Graham. And that one is all about going deep into the wood, like Little Red Riding Hood, right? And trying to figure out what it is exactly that's going on that you need to sort through. Like what kind of obstacles and trials and situations and challenges that you're facing in your relationships as you're going through these own changes within yourself. Like who's showing up to support you versus who's trying to, tear you down and make you regret your choices. Okay. So we have here the Seven of Wands. Yeah, many challenges, many obstacles, many, like fear factors, people coming at you at once, but you're standing in your power and facing them off and pushing them away. And it's kind of like, consciously, you're aware of the attacks. You see them coming, and you're just like, oh, lovely, great, wonderful. Like you're not really like eager to jump in just yet and like get to the bottom of it just yet. You kind of already like seen the bottom. You know how shallow and murky the waters are, how the deep depths of despair go, how deep the depths of despair go. But you're still standing strong and you're still saying, you know what, I know what I might be facing right now, but I'm just gonna, block it. I'm gonna put my blockages here. So let's see what's going on with your hopes. Oh, I never pushed. Okay, so I don't know where that all paused or whatever, but yeah. So basically, you have your Queen of Swords, your Seven of Swords. Probably gonna have to redo this video, but your Queen of Swords and your Seven of Swords. You know what this is showing me? It's like you're like. And there's like a little fairy down here, like a blue fairy, and there's a blue jay. There's two blue jays actually. Some lavender flowers, some lily of the valleys. Like this is giving me like Savage Daughter, like Lagatha from Vikings, sort of. Like a powerful, woman, like queen, empress. Like she is an embodiment of like divine feminine, balancing out emotions and the blue fairy and the blue jays and all of this. It just kind of rings true to the fact that like you have to kind of sit in your throne and know your own worth and know your own power coming from within. Like you have to manifest that. Six of Cups, the mother bird giving the baby bird like a little bits of food. Like you're leaving little trails of breadcrumbs for people to follow. For other women who want to some sort of relationship with you, but are being like they're contradicting themselves. Like they're like, oh, I want a relationship with you, but no, actually, I just want to like throw you in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like throw stones at you. Like it's like you may want to do that, and you may think you can do that, but I'm the Queen of Swords, so you're fighting with the wrong person. Really, you picked the wrong person to have a fight with, because I don't just lay down and let my back be stabbed, right? I don't just let this betrayal linger in my life without addressing it. Like, once I've been betrayed, and now I'm going to address the betrayal, and you kind of have to, like, figure out for yourself why you betrayed me in the first place. Okay? Because that's where we're at now. Like, before, you were my sister-in-law, you were my friend, you were another woman that I understood was going through a difficult time. We all go through stressful times in our lives. But now you've kind of, like, gone out of your way to intentionally hurt me when you yourself are in a painful situation. So now it's time for me to bring that attention to you. And you do with that information as you go. That's my mama bird advice for you. Okay? So this Queen of Swords, she's not gonna just sit around and like keep constantly letting people hurt her. she's going to take action. Um, Especially when I see the Seven of Swords here, like he's picking up the swords, like from the fallen soldiers. I feel like he already knows you've won. Like it's kind of like a future glimpse at like what's to come from this. So the Seven of Swords, new schemes, new solutions, thinking outside the box, relying on your street smarts, partial victory, evasion, cunning, foresight. So I don't know if I'm not necessarily gonna say grab like a street fight with this person, but you have street smarts. Okay, you got book smarts, and we got street smarts. And when you combine the two, you're an unstoppable. You're an unstoppable force. So, you know, that being said, you really have to think about like, how do I want to address this? When do I want to address this? What form of communication do I want to use? You know, things like that. So, um, yeah, Queen of Swords. Let me take a look here at the Queen of Swords. Let's see, Queen of Swords. An air sign woman, wisdom, independence, intuition, assertiveness, personal development, walk your talk. Yeah. So you're walking your talk, okay? You're independent, you're intuitive, you're assertive, but you're dealing with a relationship with a woman who is closed off from her feelings, an established very high boundaries, isolation, gossip, a vindictive woman. That's who you are dealing with. A vindictive woman, a woman who's isolated herself. She gossips. She has put up very high boundaries because she closed her feelings off to the truth of the matter and the fact of the matter. Okay, so that's what you're dealing with. Now, external influences have here the Seven of Cups. You have choices. You know, the bats are swarming around. The choices are there in the cups here. There's many unforeseen things. Okay, but the Seven of Cups is always a card of illusion, and it's an illusion to people to believe. They believe in this illusion, aka delusion. They believe in this delusion that they can treat you a specific type of way, and you're not going to stand up for yourself, and you're not going to say something because they don't really know the real you or the truth of the matter. And you're one of those people that says, oh, you don't know me? You don't know how I face challenges? You don't know how I face stressful situations? Well, I haven't had to really until now with this particular relationship. So now that you're in a particular relationship where this person is gossiping about you, they're attacking your personality, they're disrespecting you, now that you've seen them do these things to you, now you can react. Because before, they weren't doing anything to you. Before, they were like minding their own P's and Q's over there, minding their own business. But now that they know your business and your business is out there, they think that that's when they see you in like a vulnerable position, right? They consider vulnerable. Your vulnerability, Taurus, is your power. Your vulnerability is where your true skills and your true relationship power really begin to shine. Because it's not until our relationships are tested that we really know the value of our relationships. So now that this relationship with this woman who is trying to go through you directly toward this man who's close to you in a personal way, now that she's already gone through and attacked and put the sword through your heart, you can say something about that. You can say, look, you fucked up. That's fucked up. This is not made for children. Okay, Pete, not made for children. Yeah. So picking up the swords for you, this man, this masculine energy could be picking up the energies that you're picking up on. And you're the Queen of Swords. It's her hand is outstretched like this, like come and get it. Like come and get it. Okay, if you look close enough, she is like, come and get it. And there's even like a little blue fairy there. So you are like, oh, you thought you were in an illusion? You had this misconception and reality of me? Think again. I will tell you exactly the kind of person you're dealing with. And then once you know who you hurt, then you will know where we stand in this relationship and for the foreseeable future. Okay, because this is all about your external influences and the future. Okay, now this Queen of Swords, you just don't want to mess with this Queen of Swords energy that you're putting off, Taurus. The beautiful Queen of Swords sits at the top of a high mountain, and bright white clouds are billowing in the wind. Her throne is sturdy but elegant, with carved songbirds worked into the armsets and the overall design. The wind swirls her long brown hair around and behind her thoughtful face. She has smoky gray eyes and a serious expression, as if she's plotting something or considering her best options. In her right hand, the queen holds up a beautiful gleaming sword. With her left hand, she seems to be beckoning to someone. The queen wears a white gown extended with azure, a sky blue cloak with white feather-trimmed flowers over her shoulders and back. Her crown has sharp, dramatic spikes and is set with yellow topaz stones. The yellow topaz is her crown encourages a successful attainment of personal goals. She wears a large necklace of blue topaz around her throat. The blue topaz gem evokes truth and wisdom. In her lap is a small bouquet of fragrant herbs that are associated with the element of air. She holds lavender, which is protective, and lily of the valley, which is the language of flowers, means to return to happiness. A blue jay sits on the back of her throne, and another is on the ground next to her. The blue jays remind us to call upon our own sense of sovereignty, to develop our own talents, be fearless, and walk our talk with integrity, just as the Queen of Swords does. The winged fairy that hovers nearby is a slip, an elemental creature of the air, and seems to be attending the Queen. The Queen of Swords is a brown-haired woman with fair hazel eyes. She is clever and ingenuous, with a dry wit and razor tongue. When this card breezes into a reading, it can herald a time when you need to pay attention to your own instincts and intuition. New ideas are flowing in. It may be time to try something new. This card classically represents an air sign woman, a woman who is career-oriented, honest, focused, and successful in whatever she sets out to do. She may be sarcastic at times, but she is smart, blunt, and determined. She will rule her home and family with the same ruthless organization she applies to her career. Her communication skills are top-notch. She may be a scholar, a writer, or a speaker. Though men are attracted to her for her looks, they tend to back off when they discover how smart and honest this queen is. She has no time for falsehood or ignorance. The Queen of Swords may represent a woman who is slow to trust others, especially in relationships, and a woman who may prefer to stand on her own. This queen will listen to her head first and logically consider her options before she trusts her heart. The message from the Queen of Swords is this: assert your independence, stand up for yourself, follow your intuition, and try something new. Okay? So that's like exactly what you're doing. Is you're trying something new. You're not following like the status quo. You're not like doing what like what's been done before you. You're like pioneering like a whole trailblazing, a whole new trail. And that can be like scary, and it can also be really exciting, or both, you know. But when you're dealing with, this particular person that has a very distorted mindset and a very disturbing mindset, you know where that's coming from. You know where that's stemming from. It's stemming from their past. But there is this beautiful energy coming through of this Ace of Cups, okay, that can really counterbalance the past with the future. And it can kind of bridge the gap between the two. Because even in like the most darkest, dire of situations and tragic moments, there can still be found some peace within. Purpose, right? It can really test your ability to know the difference between forming a relationship with someone that can help and be healing, and a healing process. And the Ace of Cups, I find, is like a very like it's a very spiritual, soundful card in the deck, in the tarot deck. It's a very like it's a sign that like something good can come out of this negativity and this trauma and this tragedy. And that's not no one not everyone's gonna hear that. Not everyone's gonna agree with that because not everyone is spiritual like you, Taurus. Not everyone gets that. But you on your journey right now have found like solace or solace, I think it's solace. Like purpose and meaning within this tragic event. Okay. So and you're trying to bring that to the forefront, okay? But it's still the Queen of Swords is like, well, you're trying, but you know, yeah, what's that? Smush through musketeer. Um, but the past is like it's not trying to come back and haunt you, but it's like so the future here with it, you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Sun, and you have the Seven of Pentacles. You kind of have to work to get what you want, right? You have to work towards this Ace of Cups. And the Seven of Pentacles and the Sun are there to help. Okay? So, yeah. So the Seven of Pentacles and the Sun, and then the Ace of Cups. This is your outcome here. So, Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, harvest, reaping the fruits of your labor, satisfaction of a job well done, appreciation, hard work equals abundant rewards. So that's what you're waiting for. That's what you're working towards. Is getting your rewards. Is getting the abundance. Is getting what you earned. Okay. So you have earned from being the Queen of Swords, from working hard. You have earned, and you're strategizing too. Like you're playing it all out in your head. Is I know, but that's what you need to do to be logical, like the Queen of Swords. Is you need to come up with, think outside the box, think of a creative plan, think of a way, and then determine a way you can get what you deserve, get what you're awarded, and you know you need, and you're deserving of, but do it in a way that is encouraging and thoughtful and planned out to where you're no longer like getting in the way of like your own success almost. Like you don't want to get so successful where you're like, oh no, am I like or am I getting the attention of like people that are going to try to take my success away? Because I feel like you already are aware of that, and you need to pace yourself if you don't want to have to deal with all of it right away. You want to deal with it in the right time, at the right time. So that's kind of like where you're at right now. Is like you're playing your cards right. That's for sure. Okay. So, anyways. So we got that. So you are working towards this. And then the Sun is another energy that is going to be very helpful in this outcome. Okay. So the Sun is going to play a really important role here in your abundance. So let's see. The Sun. Achievement. What? So you have achievement, personal power, good times, happy events, friendship, vitality, joy, enthusiasm, fame, growth, success, happiness, solar magic, the solstices, and the equinoxes. Yeah. So as you get soulless, you're dealing with like solstices and equinoxes. Okay. So yeah. So you have that energy, okay? You have that ability, okay, to form good friendships, to be successful, to grow in your power and have good times and happy events. And you have bragging rights. Like you can brag about being really happy and really in a good time in your life. You don't have to make excuses for yourself to convince yourself that like, oh well, this one relationship isn't working out, so I just can't have any fun, I can't do anything, blah blah. No. you can still have achievement and success even if one relationship out of like a bunch of relationships are not working out. Okay. You want to address it and you want to say, look, I know that you said, X, Y, and Z about me. I know that you are going behind my back and saying these things about me, and it's really not cool and it's really not appreciated that you're wishing ill will on me and that you're attacking my character. But, I understand you're going through a hard time right now, and I would just appreciate it if, while you're going through a hard time, you stop attacking me behind my back. And because I don't appreciate it. And your partner, I want to say this is your partner that they're going to and talking shit about you behind your back. My partner doesn't appreciate it either, okay? Because they're gonna probably just react in like a super negative way and be super toxic. Let them be do that. They're just bring that karma on them. But you have to stand up for yourself and let them know, like, I will not tolerate this behavior. And now you know that you owe me an apology if you want this relationship to continue in a healthy way. Okay? So if they value a relationship with you, a healthy, happy relationship with you, then they are going to change their act and they're going to start behaving in a more appropriate way towards you. Okay? And then you have like Ace of Cups here. Okay? So, alrighty there. Taurus, almost done. So this Ace of Cups, final outcome here. So the Ace of Cups is births, weddings, happy news and celebrations, romance and relationships, an emotional beginning, psychic powers, creativity and healing, the element of water. Okay, so you're leaning toward that. You're paving the way toward that. You're not pausing really, even for a moment, to stop that from happening. You're really just like embracing that, and from death and tragedy, oh, I don't like that word. From death and traumatic events, you can start to um, pave the way toward a new journey and into new life and new creation. Um, okay. Um, and your conscious, well, actually, your unconscious is saying the age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Okay. So that's kind of like what this one particular relationship is like all about. It's like, well, are you dimming to fit in? Are you trying to block um, like the new way and the paving of the new way, like just for the sake of this one person? Like, don't do that. Don't be like that. Um, so yeah, basically, you're processing, you're moving forward, and you're extending yourself only so far before you're like, all right, now you got to come and get it. Like you've been putting out all this good energy, you've been putting out all this, strength and courage and perseverance and overcoming so much of your fears, so much of your anxiety and your troubles. And, because I do see here, Nine of Swords, Four of Swords, trauma, nightmares, personal attacks, all of that. But you're picking up the swords, and the Four of Swords, this is a woman who looks like she's been hurt. You can tell by her face, but she's still picking up the swords and she's still pushing forward and trying to move forward, despite being hurt. So I feel like, you've been in this place before, you've been in this position before, but you're not giving up easily. You're pushing forward and you're getting back up again. So you're influencing yourself, and your main influence is the magician. Okay, the magic, the creativity, like the alchemy, using all the elements, magical elements, cups, wands, swords, pentacles, all of it coming together to form like this beautiful new version of yourself where you're not afraid anymore to speak up and take back your control and take back your power. Okay, because you have immense power and you have immense ability to not just control the outcome, but sort of know how to move through whatever outcome or obstacles or challenges come your way. All right. So, yeah, and the Magician card obviously is a very powerful card, and it can really help you see the light again. If you seem to like feel like you're fading in the background or you're fading from existence, right? When this card appears in a reading, it is a message to tap into your own magic to find the answers you seek. Work in balance with elements and powers of nature to create your magic and bring about positive change. As above, so below. Skill, determination, connection, confidence, strength of will, working magic with the four elements and the elemental spirits, the Hermetic principle of correspondence, elemental magic, and personal power. Lack of confidence, poor communication with others, manipulating magic. Yeah, so, this one particular person is obviously lacking a lot of confidence. They have very poor communication skills. They're using manipulation, like seeing people's emotions to manipulate them. But you do not need to worry about that, okay? Because you are very strong, amazing, beautiful, wonderful person. And for anybody to say otherwise would be false. So definitely stand in your power and know your own strength and know your own value and know your own worth, because as you move into um, your power and as you move into your strength, you're going to start to feel more and more secure with yourself. And you're going to bring in that Queen of Swords energy, and it's going to be beautiful and magical, and the Ace of Cups is going to happen, and your light is going to be shining bright for the whole world to see. Okay, love and light always. Thanks for watching. Bye.